when Mohammad Siraj starts setting fields like this, and he points like this for that fielder to go there and there, like a conductor telling everybody where to go, that is when you know the man is in rhythm. What a comeback by him. You know, the media, Instagram, everything everywhere has just been throwing out these stats about Siraj being tapped in the power play, in the middle, at the death. I myself said, you know, him and Rabada, I'm not sure about them at the death. I think today wasn't really a challenge for them quite yet. But in the power play, Rabada had one, I think, 15 run over. That's the other thing about Rabada as well, is that the second over that he bowled, I think 4 slower balls, right? And then eventually he had this conversation with Shubman Gill where he was like, you know, a fast bowler doesn't want to bowl slow. But today, that is what was required. So good on GT. They saw exactly what worked for MI in the first innings when MI was bowling. And they were just like, well, you know what? We're going to start doing this very, very early on in the innings. Because why not? 190, I think, was the score, 196. Not a very big total. So why not incorporate these kind of plans like slower balls? Start doing it right after the power play. Why not? If it works, then it works. And it was just phenomenal. Prashid Krishna was, I don't think I've seen bowling figures like that in the IPL. I can't remember. That's like Bumrah level bowling figures. And I mean, we're going to get to Bumrah because, my goodness, the MI's bowling attack just look... Do you know, so many good bowlers in there as well. You've got Deepak Chahar. You've got Trent Boult. Those two used to win trophies for Mumbai. Trent Boult and Jasprit Bumrah. Without Bumrah there, it just feels like there's no leader of the attack. There's no spearhead to that attack. You look at the spinning lineup as well. You know, Mitch Santner, fantastic bowler. I can't think now who the other spinner is. Do they? Today, no Vignesh Putur. You see what, he's like the new X Factor now of MI, and today he didn't play. Apparently he wasn't well or he was injured. I don't know. I mean, I didn't really, that's what people are saying, but was he dropped? If anybody's got any info on that, drop it down in the comments. But he was MI's X Factor the other night, and tonight he didn't play. And look, the bowling attack looked very one-dimensional. That's the word I was looking for. So one-dimensional. And now you look at GT and it's just, they didn't put a foot wrong. Where in your life have you seen a young Indian spinner get more overs than Rashid Khan? I think Rashid Khan, he only bowled like 2 overs or something. Kishore, again, fantastic in the middle. I mean, he's not afraid of bowling against these big names. Surya Kumar Yadav, you know, Hardik Pandya, Tilak Varma. Nothing scares him. So a fantastic young, brave cricketer. I thought, you know, Gill's captaincy was amazing. What's interesting for me is in the first match, GT scored 61 in the power play, right? Which wasn't enough. Today they scored 66. In the end, it was enough. It probably was one of the reasons that got them there. But an area where GT is lacking for me is that, okay, let's go back to the power play for a second there. I'm not sure that kind of score is going to be good enough against some of the other batting lineups in the tournament, because GT's middle order, I mean, there's a lack of Miller order. It doesn't feel like there's any power or any real threat. Oh, I've already used the word X Factor, but we can use that as an example. Who in that middle order can really like take GT to that 220 mark perhaps, or, you know, just up the ante? Because you saw their coach was also very frustrated as well, like Shafane Rutherford. Okay, you've got this guy. Sorry, that's just a video of me in the pool. Glenn Phillips is the guy I'm talking about. You've got him sitting on the bench every year at the IPL. This guy's being benched. I mean, I don't know what the hell he's got to do. Today, MI gave away 15 runs in the field, which probably is one of the reasons, because it always looks like a better score. If it's a 170 score instead of a 190 score, we saw with Chennai the other night as well, might have been last night, it just looks different. So the fielding from MI wasn't great. Now imagine you get Glenn Phillips in there as well, and he saves you another extra 15-20 runs in the field. When he was playing the ODI World Cup in India, what a great spinner he was. You know, he smacked balls all over the park as well. In India, in that one IPL match when he played for SRH, that incredible match with him and Samad. I mean, this guy's just not getting a spot in the team, and his fielding alone should get him a spot in the team. So when is Glenn Phillips going to get in there? The thing that I wanted to say about Sai Sudarshan, who might now have an injury, it looked serious, but I don't know, I'm not a doctor. I would really like to see Buttler come up in the order, really. Butler's got a strike rate of 151, okay, almost 152. Gill's got a strike rate of 138. Sai Sudarshan, surprisingly, I don't think a lot of people know this, but Sai Sudarshan actually, you know, recently he's got better stats than Gill in the IPL. So for me, this will never happen because batters love hoarding that opening spot because it's the best time to bat, the first 6 overs. So batters are very selfish to give that up. But if you're the captain, should you not be the guy to be like, okay, let's have that left-hand, right-hand combination of Buttler and Sai Sudarshan at the top, and then Gill comes in at 3? Because here's also what I'm thinking about. When Gill gets back into the T20 conversation for India, is he really going to be the opener? Is it going to be him and Jaiswal? Because India have a lot of good openers right now in T20 cricket. Would Gill not be better for slotting in at a number 3 or a number 4? It's just a question, and it might be something that he needs to start looking at. You know, if that's going to be where there's room for him. It happened to Markram, actually, when he came into the T20 conversation for South Africa years ago, when he was in fantastic form. There wasn't any room for him at the top, so he had to slot in at number 4. It's just a suggestion, it's just a thought, but yeah, GT, that was last night, CSK by 50 tonight. I mean, GT, you know, big margin wins here. Guys, all of the big teams, they're struggling at the start, but MI is quite used to it. I thought it was quite a fascinating match for many reasons. Apparently, there's 2 different soils now. They might, at Ahmedabad, this was a black soil pitch today, so they've got different soils for different teams that they're going to play against. Never heard of that in my life. Genius, or what do we call that? Anyway, what a fantastic match. What were your thoughts?